Okay, test us. Are we here? Can you guys hear me? 7132. Can you type 7132? Ugh. Well, it just seems like he wants attention of a goofy guy or meme. Yeah, 100%. But it must also stem from like deep racist views. Cause okay, if we're getting my own my, let me just fucking send it. I think if we're giving my actual views on Elon, he grew up in apartheid South Africa. All right, I'm gonna put my politics cap on real quick, okay? Politics cap on's coming on real quick, just for a second. Elon grew up in apartheid South Africa. That does something to your mind when it comes to the evaluation of race, of whites to blacks, of browns to whatever. Um, he has been told ever since he was a child that, although I'm prefacing this, I do not believe in this, just in case it gets clicked out of thingy, um, that white people are superior, right? He has been inadvertently told that since he was a child. Therefore, he's gonna live his life like that, and he wants to believe that him being white means that he's better, which is awful. That's terrible. Um, and I think he's constantly about living his life to be the perfect white male, right? And I know this might listen. Some people get it, some people don't. Listen, that he keeps having kids to stop the whole white race from dying. Yes, yes, he does believe in the was it the Great Replacement theory? I think it's called. I think that theory is insane. The fact that ethnic people will inadvertently take over white people, or replace white people, whatever the fuck, in Western society, which is, oh man, race is a fucking social construct, man. I think race is the stupidest fucking thing to ever exist. I think the way that a German person looks at their food and is like, whoa, that's different from the way an American person eats. We have different cultures. That's the way you should be viewing fucking everyone. The fact that someone's a different color means very fucking little. I don't fucking care what someone looks like. I don't give a shit. I think that's the way I look at a lot of race, sexuality, and gender. I just don't think I give a shit. I don't think I fucking care what race you are, what gender you are, what sexuality you are. It means very fucking little to me to what I think about you. Because it just doesn't apply to your identity to me. You know what I mean? It never will fucking matter to me. I just don't care. It's not very interesting information. Do you know what I mean? I don't care who you're having sex with. I don't care what tone of skin you are. It just doesn't fucking matter. It's very, very fucking mundane, boring information. I think that's where I sit on like the politics game. 100%, I will say, trans people, ethnic people, gay people, all need their rights. 100% gonna back that till the day I die. Listen, if a brown person needs equality, if a black person needs equality, so does a trans person. All right, it's just fair game. It's just the same. We're all in the same boat. All right, we're all facing against the rich white men in society. All right, that's kind of the game we're playing at here. So we're all on the same team. Um, and yeah, deep down we all have the same skeletal structure. Essentially, yeah, I get what you mean though. Like yeah, like I no though, because like we are all different. Actually, no, I'm gonna because I think I'm looking from a point of that we are all different, but I think coming at it from a point of what color you are, what gender you're attracted to, or what gender you are is a very boring fucking angle to look at it. I think culture. Um, oh my god, I cannot do this fucking car. This car's insanely fucking difficult. Let me go slowly. I think culture is where I find it the most interesting of difference. I think knowing what culture someone is and the food they eat and the traditions they celebrate, that's like the most interesting shit, bro. I was talking to Apple about their friend who celebrates Persian New Year, and my god, fucking fascinating. That shit's interesting because, bro, I'm learning about like different forms of cultural calendars and fuck, come on, save me. There you go. And yeah, I don't know. I just think that like looking at gender and all this kind of shit, it's the most boring fucking thing, bro. Your life is so dry if you actually care about that. I think it's hilarious that the right wing called the left side snowflakes when they 100% are. You know what I mean? They're the one who care about these minute shit like gender and race and shit. Or different cultures, interesting to learn about others. 100%. Shit's the most coolest thing in the world. And I also think culture is 100% the only thing that I think is cool to accept about identity, because that 100% inadvertently changes the way you do things innately, right? For example, Inuit people, I think it's Inuit, I may be wrong. Inuit people don't have directions in their language. They just have over there, and like ones that make the most intuitive sense. And I thought that was fascinating. Um, and I think small things like that, and I think culture is the only place where I can understand why someone holds that to their identity, because that does inadvertently change how you respond to things, how you act, how you perceive things. Your culture decides that, I think. Yeah, all my cousins are super bigoted when it comes to someone different from them, and it's just so weird. So these tryouts are like, why do you I hate someone because you don't? Yeah, it's strange. It's super strange. For you, you just assume the context of a sentence. Yeah, yeah, and I think that's very interesting. I think there's so many like sweet ways that culture influences how someone acts and how someone sees the world. So yeah, I would argue the only way I care about identity, um, without me perceiving it directly, is culture. I think culture is a very important factor, and I think that's why I like learning about it. Not because of the, well, don't get me wrong, all the unique like foods, festivities, understandings, and language, very interesting. But I think the most important part is definitely, well, what the fuck is this? Whoa! What is this? What is this? Cool. But yeah, sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, culture, cool. I think that's the only way I can understand someone's identity being automatically perceived through that. Love this thing. Interesting. It's cool. But yeah, I agree with you. I find it so interesting how different cultures developed different foods due to their geography and way of life. Um, like how cuisines with spices and stuff develop compared to European cuisine and barely have any spices. Yeah, no, it's so interesting. It's very, very cool. My friend invited me to participate in Persian New Year and other cultural events or the highlights of the year. Yeah, they're fucking cool, 100%. And I think that that's definitely where you can perceive someone is through their culture, and that definitely ties massively into their identity, whether you like it or not. I think that like what culture you grow up in and mostly participate in definitely defines who you are to a strong degree. Like I grew up in very hardcore British South Asia, so like yeah, I come off as a very, I guess, more progressive person. But I think if you look down to my culture, bro, it's 100% fucking British Pakistani. It always will be. There's never anything I can change about that. And I think that there's this, and I think that you have to take pride in that as well, right? You got to take pride in that. I think that's like it's important to understand like what what you are in it. Being from British culture, learning other cultures makes me want to explore them. British culture is very boring compared to all over the world. It really is. I think British ethnic culture is really fascinating. For example, British Nigerian. I'm really interested in. I had a lot of friends who are Nigerian growing up. What else is there? Bangladesh as well. They're very similar to Pakistani, but also vastly different. Um, yeah, but I would say baseline British is not exactly the most interesting. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But yeah. Oh. Also, if anyone has any other questions, let me know. Do people outside the US care about Trump and Elon? Well, they kind of have to now, given how they globally impact things. But I would say I don't think that's really British. It's kind of a host of multicultural place. Yeah, yeah, I would say so too. I would say so too. Um, but yeah, I guess we do care about Trump and Elon because, for example, Elon. This is a great example of how influential they are across the world. Um, how to explain it? Do you know the really bad group of people that I can't say on stream that in World War II they came out of Germany? Yeah, they're on the rise again in Germany through a political group, and Elon has been seen at their rallies through like video call, like telling them that they're basically right. You guys are doing great work, and yeah. So yeah, I think people like Elon and Trump 100% influence the world now, which is very unfortunate, in such a negative light. It's actually quite sad. I don't know. I just don't think there's a solution. Personally, I don't think there's a solution until they're dead, until they pass away when they're old. Yeah. Yeah, parasites of the world, 100%. Because the thing is, okay, here's another thing which I find super fucking fascinating. Most billionaires and most billionaires, I would say, are fucking stupid. Like, I know you guys think like, oh, they're stupid, yeah. But the thing is that this is factual. No matter what anyone says, this is 100% factual through study that I've seen myself through the actual research papers. Success when it comes to like overtly conglomerate businesses are complete fluke and a complete anomaly of societal interest. So they are not fucking engineered in the slightest. When Elon tells you he's a fucking professional entrepreneur, he's not. He got fucking lucky. He might have had a good business when we talk about like PayPal or some shit. And Jeff Bezos probably came up with a good idea for Amazon, but they got fucking lucky. There is no research behind anything that they've done that they engineered it perfectly right. So nah. Jeff Bezos understands it. No, he doesn't. They don't understand it. They got fucking lucky. Bought all the businesses exactly right. He got lucky in a business that he made, which I think was PayPal, if I might be wrong. But yeah, there's nothing to say that these people actually know what they're doing. They got lucky, and then that's it. There's a trend as well. Whatever party is leading politically, billionaires and companies will follow to get as much money as possible. Yeah, 100%. They want political favors and stuff like that. It always works that way. Very unfortunate. Whoa, this is a really cool fucking traversal thing. Whoa, whoa, 360. Yahoo. Uh, Debatable. Even in PayPal, he was doing the same weird shit back then. Yeah, but you understand the principle what I'm talking about. Gold diggers. Relevant tweet. Go on, what is it? This coffee's good. Um. Oh yeah, sure you can join. Sorry, one sec. I'm being stupid as fuck. Um, this tweet is not loading. Okay. I should be good. With how the world is turning so polarized in the modern age, it is scary to think that what could happen in the near future. I don't know though. What's this? Okay, I can't pull that on screen. If America is going to let at least be almost Jesus Christ, that age terribly. Read the day, by the way. Yeah, I saw the day. Mm. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I don't know though. If you want my opinion, I think okay. If you want to be blatant and like kind of a like hard hitting, the lead paint people will die out soon. Their time is coming. I think society has only gotten better as time goes on when it comes to generational progressiveness. Like, there will be a time where this stream that I'm speaking of right now might have some extremely insensitive things. Oh god, what the fuck? Might have some extremely insensitive things plastered all over it that I'm not knowing. Some of us might come off as like the bigots in the future because there's a more understanding for what being progressive means, right? That we're not even knowing right now. Because some people back in the day couldn't even fathom that they were being offensive with what they were saying, and that might happen to us too. But the lead paint phase is gonna go, bro. It's gonna go. We'll get the asbestos people, and then after that we'll get the microplastics. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just a continuous cycle. I feel. Yeah, we'll be the plastic people, 100%. It's just how the world works. But okay, amongst younger people in the Netherlands, yeah. But if we talk about globally, I think the world's going in the right direction. The Earth is healing. 100%. It might be different for certain countries, but yeah, I would say globally, 100%. With the way laws are going, I think media is the best way to look at it as well, because you can see what's like deemed culturally popularly acceptable, because companies like Marvel are trying to make the most money, so they go by the most people. So the most people includes the left, so they accommodate to the left. So they include more people of color in their movies. They include more or attempted uplifting feminized moments and stuff like that. I know this was nowadays. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the way you look at it. I think the pain and the aggression of the right will always be relative to your time in history. Because we might have no genocides going on in the next 50 years, but someone might view it as bad as it is now. Do you know what I mean? That it just might happen. Someone might think that like their time down there, like in like about 50 years from now, is as bad as it is now with Congo and Palestine and fucking the Muslims in China all being genocided. You know what I mean? I guess the way people view the atrocities of the world is borderline relevant to what time you're in. The grass will always be greener, right? Now we're getting into very balls deep politics. Yo, what's good, Together? Okay, can someone ask a question that's like, wait, can we get a mental question? Can we get a mental question? We've had two questions for you. I need a third. I need a mental question right now. That's what I'm fiending for. Can I get reset, please? Okay. I'm hoping for a mental question. Mental's got some really good questions today. Or anyone else, honestly. Not just mental. I'm honestly open to hearing from anyone. But I do like the interpersonal questions. So maybe try making an anonymous submissions forum. Yeah, that would be cool, actually. That would be interesting. I'm terrible with this car. Oh, let me stretch. How much wood could... Okay, yeah. Tom, when's the next video, bro? Get cooking. We all want to see you... we all want Chinese Tom back. I love Chinese Tom. I actually do like your videos a lot. They're very, very nice. Anything right now? No shot. Do you think the younger generations are going to grow up with how much tech they exposed to at such a young age? I think we'll get different degrees of what youth will look like. I think there is an ever-growing problem with the youth wanting to be more adultified very early. Because you got the Sephora young girls, you got the alpha male fucking red pill males. Like there is like a lot of adultification within the youth, and I think it's only gonna get worse if you're being real. I think there's also like seems to be I don't know. It's strange though because I don't know if you want to view it as good or bad. I'd view it as bad. I think you gotta live out your childhood. I was buying Sephora today and it was crazy inside. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know much about Sephora, but I know enough. I mean, yeah, I know enough about it to know that like, bro, young girls are like thinking. And if I'm being real, I think the problem with being online at such a young age is not the screen time, although that is bad. I don't think that's the main problem. I think it's the extreme versions that you're open to of viewing toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. I think that's what the problem with current day being. What the fuck? I think that's what's the problem with being online at such a young age. Oh, because I see in year 7 on the way home from my mum's each week. What the fuck is going on? Flip and makeup is yeah, it's strange. It's strange. But yeah, I don't think it's a problem with screen time. Don't get me wrong, there is a problem with screen time, but I think definitely think the root of the problem is the access to toxic femininity and masculinity. So he's a fallen loop online is very extreme ideas. Yeah, I think maybe that's it. Maybe it's the idea that you can fall into very, very extreme, like nothing's a general niche anymore when you're on the internet. Do you know what I mean? You can't just be into a bit of Fortnite. Do you know what I mean? You can't just be into making sure you're a well-groomed man or woman. You're suddenly now balls deep in it. Do you know what I mean? You're suddenly finding out the lore of Fortnite. You're suddenly finding out the fucking data mining that's going on. You suddenly have to now you have to look at the extremes that's involved with each little thing. I mean, everything has to be on a full scale of 10. You cannot just be slightly into anything. You have to at least be aware of what the extremities of anything look like now. I mean, I think the radical idealization of the most simplest of things have become so normalized, it's fucking strange, right? Go on, hit me with the TTS.
I think parents are also way more liberal minded nowadays. Whenever there's a crisis happening, the parent just gives them an iPad instead of teaching them how to overcome the crisis by themselves, and they always hold them by their hands even when they're not a baby anymore.
I would argue that phase of parenting is starting to die out. Now that the term iPad kid has been popularized and also to an element demonized in our generation, I've definitely seen like people who are closer to my age having kids and who are doing like everything in their power to avoid it. Is it a bad thing if youth are acting more like professional adults and getting a head start in their career? Career? Yeah. Yeah, actually. But okay. But I'm gonna get into my very, very political bag. Okay. I'm gonna get into my extreme political bag, okay? The unlearning trend? No. Okay, political. If we're gonna get in my political bag, I'm gonna get in deep political here. I don't think you should be even thinking about what a career is at a young age, because capitalism is basically a promise that you're going to basically live for billionaires, working a 9 to 5 in a job you don't like, earning enough that you can't afford for the rest of your life until you die. And also, whilst you're committing to this, you're being shamed by the internet because you're not an entrepreneur. You're not got the hustler's mindset. You're not on the grind, and that's a problem with capitalism in itself. I'm personally what I'd like to deem an anarchist. And I think that the concept of a 9 to 5 is some schmuck bullshit. And I think that the idea of even money is fucking stupid. But I don't think we can go back on that. I think we're too far gone. But I think that if you're spending your childhood, the most valuable, most creative, most passionful, most passionate, sorry, most ambitious time in your life, thinking about how you can't wait to be entrapped into a life serving billionaires, then you have fucked it. If you're a parent trying to set up your kid to start a career early, fuck me, bro. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. How are you already on an early basis getting ready to fucking serve billionaire dickheads at such an early age? You cannot live your life like that. If you're like 30, if anyone in the stream is like 13 or anything like that, don't even fucking think about what you're gonna do for a job, bro. Go out to the grass and fucking kick a football about. Go kick off. Go have some arguments with your friends. Go get into a fight or two. I'm being so for real. Your time could be so much more better spent than thinking about how your life's gonna waste away, fucking saving up for a pension that's gonna be able to afford you one Snicker and maybe a meal deal at Tesco, bro. Because the system just doesn't work right now. Because now the only way to escape it is to be exceptional. If you're not exceptional, you're trash, and that is the worst way to live your life. Because the fact is, everyone is special. Everyone is 100% so important. But the fact that you're not grinding, you're not on your hustle, that means you're ass. That means you're shit. Fuck no, dude. Like you do not have to monetize everything you're interested in. Not everything has to be some kind of money system. If you like making art for you and you alone, then that's the only thing you should be making it for. Yeah, you're romanticizing capitalism to children, and it's scary, bro. That's scary. I think that's dystopian. The idea of kids wanting to go towards adult work at such a young age. That's terrifying. I think if I was a parent and I saw that my kid doing that, I'm not joking. I would 100% think I failed as an adult. I think I would fail as a parent. And the thing is as well is that like I would never be a parent. I don't have it in me because I can't harbor that responsibility. I don't have that kind of fucking control. Fuck no.
Okay, I'll shoot and ask an actual question. How am I meant to cope with not knowing what I want to do in my adult life, knowing what I want to study, and then knowing what singular task I want to do for the next 60 years of my life? I don't want myself to be limited to one task per lifetime, but I'm seeing all my classmates all figured out with what they're going to study at what university.
Okay. For the university in the next 70 years of my life will go. The feeling of being left behind by everyone else. I think first of all, I think you're looking at it as a race because I think first thing you gotta understand is that everyone it is a journey, and I know that sounds so cliche and so bullshit, but it just is. It just is a fact that you are going through a journey. You have got your own storyline that you are going through, and you cannot compare it to anyone else because you know what? Comparison is the thief of joy, and that is like so factual. It's actually disgusting. Um, so I think the way you gotta look at it is I've been talking about this a lot because it's been resonating in my own brain a lot, which is that John Cena was on as a race of comparing to anything. Well, you inadvertently are, because I'm seeing because you wrote I'm seeing all my classmates all figured out. Regardless whether you say it or not, you inadvertently wrote that, whether it be subconscious or consciously. You are comparing yourself. So I think the way you gotta look about it is I like thinking about this quote from John Cena when he was on Kai Cenat's stream, because not just for what you're talking to me now, but for myself as well, which is that I'm going to talk about myself because it's the best way I know how to do this. Apologies, I'm not trying to take away from you, but I think this is the only way I could relate it back to you. I stream right now, but I took a year off to make anime figures, right? I got good at making anime figures. It was quite fun. And I got confused and struggling as to what my purpose is. Like, what am I doing? What is my thing? Right? I think that's why I always wanted to think about what is my thing. That's like the question that plagues all young people, plagued me for way too long. Yeah, map ended. We'll run it again. It's fine. Um, and I think the way you gotta look about it is what John Cena said on that Kai Cenat stream, which what he said was, at first I thought I was put on the planet to be a WWE wrestler, uh, and then I thought I was put on this planet to be an actor, and then I realized no, I'm just a human being. And I know that sounds very cliche and very cinematic, I guess, but I think there's a lot of truth to what he said there because I think you don't need to be something. Does that make sense? You don't need to be something. John Cena talks a lot about a very interesting concept I quite like, which is earning the sunset. Earning the sunset at the end of the day. And I think that's all that matters. I think you need to look at your days, and okay, my relationship with Leonie, I'm very fortunate for the relationship I have, but I will say it's not a relationship that I've locked myself into, by saying, oh, I like a career. Like I'd say, like, oh, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. It's not that. It's not. That's not the case. It's just I am constantly in a position every day when I wake up thinking I want to be in this right now. For today, I want to be in this, and I've been in that mindset every day for the past nearly 3 years, and that's why I'm still with her. And I think that's the same with streaming, and I think that's the same with career. You just gotta do what you want to do right now. Just keep doing it. If you want to switch, who cares? Switch. Just switch. What's gonna happen if you don't? What's gonna happen to you? I don't want to be anything, but I have to continue to make a living somehow. Then yeah, sure, just find anything. That don't fucking matter. That don't fucking matter. Getting a job isn't like the end all be all what you choose, right? Because they all suck. And not depend on anyone, especially with not let down my parents. I know it's easy to say that I shouldn't care about letting anyone down because it's my life and whatnot, but it's still life. I guess so. That everyone's paths are different. You might not know what you want to do this current point in time. That doesn't mean you won't figure it out. Planning is always a good thing, of course. You may want to try living more in the moment and finding merit in that. Yeah. I think when it comes to personal desire, you have to live in the moment. You have to just do what you want right now, right? If you, like, for example, right now, I want to work on Minecraft servers. I can't guarantee I'll be wanting to do that in a year's time. Fuck knows. I don't care. I'm just doing it right now, today, because that's what I want to be doing. That's who I am right now. Right now, I'm the guy who makes Minecraft servers, and is curating Vermillion Reach story. But tomorrow it might be something else. Who knows? I don't know. And I think that you just got to look at it that way. If we talk about actual job, Anything, bro. Anything to allow. I would say get any job. It doesn't matter that you can bear, that is not mentally taxing or physically too taxing, and allows you to do what you want in a day. Allows you to earn that sunset, right? You got what's gonna allow you to earn that sunset and not consume your life? Because I don't think your life should be your work. I think it's very convenient if you can mix the two. Very convenient. And like I think I'm blessed that I've picked something that I can make money from. I think that's a big blessing, and I'm very grateful for that. I don't have any real hobbies. Well, I think hobbies. I think you're looking. Well, if you're looking at it from a point of dedication, then I don't think hobbies really matter, right? I think that's better on paper. You think? I don't know. If you want my opinion, I think you should get a job that just works enough for you to not be too mentally taxing or physically taxing. By the way, when I say gives you the freedom to do what you want, I don't mean via money amount. I mean by time and mental like value, right? So like, let's say you plug shit into an Excel sheet and you make just above minimum wage. That's fine. That's enough. You can afford a house, or not a house, but like an apartment, food, calm. You can afford your internet bills. Cool. You got a PC, right? Like you can get to work. If you wanna make some art that day, you can. If you wanna edit a video that day, you can. If you wanna make a Minecraft server that day, you can. You get what I mean? I'm not talking to an extreme capacity where like you have infinite money and you have luxury to do whatever you want. I think I'm talking more in a capacity of like you have enough in your life to the bare minimum that just allows you to come home from work to just work on something. Yeah, the way I look at it, if we talk about businesses and or anything like that, or like down the career path, if you do want your life to be a career, then you just gotta look for consistencies in your life, right? I like creating things and I like anime. Those are they call it tacky, call it cringe. I don't give a shit. Those are two consistencies that I found in my life, right? Those are undeniable consistencies that we'll always have. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make anime statues, and it worked out quite well. I got decent at it. I still need to work on it, to be fair, but and then streaming is also just the consistency. So I just gotta like do whatever I want now within the realm of streaming, right? So right now I've got a little a little want to make Minecraft servers, but I can do that in the realm of streaming, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm blabbering on a little bit here, but I feel like the point still stands. Also, Menel, I need a question from you, bro. Stream don't end until I get one more question from you, buddy. Why is that the right people choose the wrong people to love? You don't. You just haven't gotten enough experience to understand what the right person to love is. I'm 24 and I have dated 13 people or 12 people, something like that. And only after that fact did I work out what makes a good relationship. What does that look like? What makes enough emotional maturity for a relationship? Second, they had that job they pick now is what they're gonna be doing for the rest of their life. Yeah, 100%. Like keep in mind, chat. A lot of people don't know this. I've been and completed like the career path of being a graphic designer. I started graphic design when I was 15, making graphics for people. For people on CS for skins, and I finished by working for Sky, editing assets for Game of Thrones last season and billboards, and then I finished off with being a manager at a graphic design firm. That is a flex by me, don't get me wrong, I just want to put that out there because it's quite a cool accomplishment on my end. But the point stands is which that like you don't see me doing that shit anymore. Like you don't have to stick to anything, 100%. Like you could just give up anything you want at any given point. You are not obligated to do any you do not have to do as much as you think in life. Like a lot of the stuff you are told you must do, you do not have to do. I don't think. But that's my opinion. I live a lot more freely. You're in. I might switch maps, chat. I might switch maps. I don't know if I'm feeling this map anymore. Yeah, it might be time I switch. You saying I don't get any play. Sick GG's. I don't think you have enough experience now. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think you have enough experience. I think a lot of people don't have enough experience. I don't have enough experience. I think I have more experience than most, which is like beneficial to my love life. But I think in the case of relationships, I think a lot of people look at breakups and be like, "Oh, that was a terrible breakup. My life is worse because of that," and it's not, man. It just isn't. Because the thing is, you gain the experience from that, and a lot of people don't put enough value on that experience as they might think. Um, the value that you gain from X relationships or X talking phases or having a crush on someone is so uniquely important to understanding not only how what you enjoy but also yourself is insane. My interest changes a lot depending on hyperfixations, so I just focus on things I'm passionate about and then move on to something else when I need to. Yeah, exactly. You can live like that. Life is free. I mean, life is freedom inducing. I think it's about how much of freedom you want to grip by the balls. Where the fuck is Menel? I'm not letting him get away with this, bro. I'm not letting him get away with this. I'm thinking. Okay, let me find a racing one. No, I don't want to do like a ramp jump. I want to do like the levels, the one with the thing. This stress before, man. He's cooking up. He's stressed out, is what it sounds like. Help him out, boys. Help him out. And the vegetation right now. Hmm. This has been an enjoyable stream, though. Do a gun game. I just did a gun game. I didn't enjoy it. I want to do a race one, but I don't know where to find it because I'm stupid as fuck. Death run. If you can learn anything you want from the internet, why is it that so few people have taken advantage of it and done some sort of independent project to get into some crazy college? I don't really understand your question. If you can learn anything you want from the internet, why is it that so few people have taken advantage of it and done some independent? Ah, so why do people go more to college when everything's on the internet? That's the trick of capitalism. Again, in my politics bag, I'm super sorry, but that is just the trick of capitalism. That is just the trick. That is just the trick to get yourself indebted and told that you have to do everything the quote unquote right way, the way that capitalism set out for you. You gotta get in debt. You gotta do that, right? But no, 100% you don't, because I went to I went to uni for what do you call it? I went to uni for VFX. I was a CGI artist. Um, Bro, it was all YouTube tutorials. Um, I never can't give a question. Couldn't ever think of one, but I think I can always have an opinion. Yeah, first. I know Michael Reeves learned all of his skills from online Harvard papers. Exactly. 100%. You do not need to think it. It's just the trick of society. It's just the trick of this. I sound like such a delusionist when I say this, but it is just the trick of the system. Certificates that, again, I will say though, there are certain things that you do need academics for. For example, if you want to be a doctor, yeah, you're gonna have to get in debt with some fucking college work. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you do, because some things require academics. Everything you experience is just something you can use to learn and grow. Both bad and good things shape who you are. It's about what you take from those experiences to use to better yourself. 100%, 100%. You're definitely with what you have rather than what you lost. There's no such thing as a net negative. Absolutely does not exist. I think you can give me any scenario and I will tell you how it is not a net negative. Unless you die, then you don't. Then that is a net negative. Free tutorials, I can swing it. Oh yeah, fire. But yeah, no, those things already. Wait, real drift. Oh, real drift. Drift King. Wait, chat. Do I hop in the? I could hop in the Minecraft server, lowkey. Wait, chat. Do I hop in the Minecraft server? Wait, I'm gonna hop in the Minecraft server and do some drifting. That's what we're gonna do. I want to hop in the Minecraft server and do some drifting. I want to hop in the drift course. Cameron, is it okay if you switch us to Minecraft, please? It's just because I can't open fucking internet because it bugs everything out right now. I think if you purely for learning, find shit online, but having benefit of a college or uni, you have multiple people who are also learning the subject, and also tutors one-to-one educators to help you. Yeah, 100%. I think it depends on how much determination you have and stuff, because I think some people need. Again, it depends how set up you are to do education. Some people are just not set out for it. Some people are not cut out for education. I don't believe I'm cut out for education because I don't believe I have consistent work ethic. But some people do need that routine that helps them. Delete that. Oh, wait, if it's a dodgy link, delete that, please. But just check it out, please. Just make sure that's not a dodgy link. That's a dodgy link. Please don't put that in my Twitch chat. Go with the plug. Oh, I hope that's just a normal plug and not just like some sketchy shit. Ooh. Oh man, my skin is terrible. I'm really bad. My skin's really bad with heat, dude. It's supposed to be 11 degrees, but it's so warm right now. Oh, that are free. Okay. I just made some chocolate waffles. Fire. Oh, what did I have for dinner? I made 3 burgers, like tiny burgers, like sliders. Sliders, I think you'd call them. Yeah, I made three. I made like 3 tiny like White Castle-esque sliders. Oh my god, I almost miss fasting during Ramadan. I almost miss it, bro. That shit was nice. Okay, wait. Let me. Sorry, chat. I'm breaking the immersion. I'm breaking the immersion. Look, there's face cam. I just need to make sure I'm not in a damning spot when I join. I need to make sure I'm not in a damning spot. One sec. You can see my fire alarm and missing top light for my ceiling. Um, okay. One sec, chat. So I go like this. Oh god, one sec. One sec, chat. Let me turn off disable voice chats. Oh, we're learning Figma and having tutorials. Figma, really? What's Figma again? Is that the image editing one or what? Okay, should be good. Okay, bump. Wait, let me turn on game capture. Okay, one sec. Let me just put a little broadcast. Okay, I did media school for about 3 years and learned basically nothing, learning more now just by sitting by myself and playing with editing software. Yeah, again, some people learn different ways. Some people learn in different ways. Um, can I go like F1? Aha! And then I don't even read chat, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. Also, chat, you're all welcome to join me on this. Yeah, I don't know. I've never used Figma before. Very weird. Grower or shower? Me? Bro, I'm a grower. Like, different. I have a very average, like, penis. Like a 6.2 inches. Very fine, very normal. But the problem I have is that when it's soft, it's GG's. It's GG's. It's like a nipple, brother. It's cooked. I'm like so cooked, it's beyond belief. I have no idea where your island is. Uh, if you just ask Indra, he'll TP you. Anyone who wants to TP to Blasey Breeze, just ask Indra, he'll thingy. TMI hello? I'm pretty public with that. Maybe the school system is a whole separate issue though. Yeah. I have some issues with the school thing, but I do think it's important as a whole. Oh god, I'm terrible at fucking drifting, bro. Do we still not have a mental question? No way we're gonna end this. We're gonna end the stream without a mental like last question. Yesterday build out was fun. Yesterday build out was really fun. I can't lie. Again, I was gonna do the whole like new event thing, but just it just like I guess it got me down. Oh yeah, how did you? Okay, how did you view living abroad from when you were younger to now? I personally feel that parts of the UK culture are still heavily influenced by its past, with a lot of people having a superior complex, not learning other cultures, languages, etc. With a bunch of my friends and people I know, this is an echoed a lot, and I want to know what you think of it. Damn! Good question. That is a good question. Um, so I think the concept of living abroad was quite skewed in my mind when I was younger, because okay, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be something that a lot of white people. I'm super sorry to like single you out, blah, but I don't think this is going to be something that a lot of white people resonate with. So maybe some, but like I don't think it's a very so super sorry if this doesn't make a lot of sense. But basically, um, if you are ethnic living in a Western country, you're quite heavily influenced that your culture is wrong, whether you're black, brown, like you are just told that what you are is wrong. Whether even if you're not told directly through like direct racism, which does occur a lot, you are definitely influenced to believe so, right? Because the white people are the popular kids, right? Um, the food you bring, the packed lunch you bring to the lunch table is weird and it smells, right? So the way you view like a lot of things when you grow up is really wrong. And I've said I watched a show with Raj once recently that talks about this concept. But being ethnic in a Western society is a fucking balancing act, bro. Because you're not only trying to make yourself seem well adjusted and cool to the white people, you gotta make sure that like you're intact with your own culture. Late bloomer, 100%. Like, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's great. Season 2 is coming out soon. But yeah, no, you gotta make sure you stay on top of that business, bro. It's crazy. And then there's different ways you can go about it. For example, like I had a bit more of an unfortunate childhood, so I was more pushed away um, to the culture because I grew up in an abusive household, right? That's just I think that's quite commonly known. I grew up in an extremely abusive household. Um, so it pushed me away from the culture quite heavily. So inadvertently, I wasn't even realizing it, bro. I was whitewashing myself for years. I whitewashed myself for fucking years, bro. It was rough. Like, obviously, I'm very brown inadvertently now, but like, bro, back in the day, bro, I was in white groups, bro, making myself the terrorist joke. Do you know how fucking embarrassing that is? It's probably the most, like, it's probably definitely like a huge regret I have. Not even based on me, but for the way I represented my ancestors, the way I represent, bro, my friends, my family, bro. Like, I shouldn't be representing myself like that. And I stayed in those like friend groups because those are the only kind of validation I got. Because the thing is, I'm too progressive for the brown group, but then I was too brown for the white group. So the only way I could get by was basically making fun of myself and ripping into my own culture, dissing all the fucking work that my ancestors have been put up, just to be a clown for the white man. And you know how fucking insane that is, bro. That is low key fucking nuts. That is insane to do. Oh shit. Um, it's insane, and I regret that wholeheartedly. The only thing I could do now is like basically self-correct. I gotta self-correct hardcore, bro. I gotta get intact with my fucking cultural side. I gotta stop trying to suppress all the lingo I used, the Punjabi I used to use when I was younger. 100%. I gotta get that back into my system and stop suppressing myself. And I think it's 100% a very embarrassing thing that I did over the course of my years. But I also to a degree can't blame myself. And the reason I say I can't blame myself is because I've seen other people do it, and I've seen the scenario. I've seen the scenario what it looks like from a third perspective, and it's fucking rough, bro. Bro, chat. Like, I've been in my hometown, and bro, old men spit in my direction when they see that I'm brown, and they saw that I had tattoos and piercings. They spit in my direction. They do not respect me. like at all in the slightest, like in any capacity. And then you got white people where I've had like people actually throw like fucking glass bottles at me and called me a monkey and told me I have to dance. Like I think that the way I view like the idea of like I think just any ethnic person in in a Western society viewing your your culture, your race, and all that kind of stuff, it's a fucking balancing act. It 100% is. It's such a difficult game as to who you're going to appease. Right? That's the game. That is realistically that's the game. Who are you going to appease in this lifetime? And I think I pulled the wrong card. And I think actually no, they're they're both wrong cards. Trying to appease both white and brown people, they're both the wrong cards. Because the only person you should be appeasing is yourself. If I'm being real, I know so many brown people that are closeted gay people. And the thing is, I know they will never come through with talking about that to their parents, to their friends, or even to themselves. Because I know the fucking culture is just too brutal for them to, like, come to terms with. It's just too brutal. And I think that's like such a sad fact because 100%, as limiting as it is to be in like a white Western society, it's also limiting to be in a brown fucking society or a black society. They also have their conversions of conservatism and stuff like that. So yeah, the way I viewed living abroad was definitely like, oh, I only want to go to the white countries, right? I only want to go to the white countries. Those are the only places that I want to be because that's where I'll fit in, right? And that was terrible. That was fucking terrible. The only reason I'm in Germany is for Leonie, but like this would never have been my top pick. I don't give a shit about Germany, bro. If visa people are seeing that, I didn't say that, but like, bro, I don't give a shit about this place. I think, bro, I've got like such crazy aspirations to go back to Pakistan now because I fucked up so hard. I mean, I fucked up crazy. I need to make amends now. I need to make amends. I need to get back in touch with my culture. I need to understand like everything to a lot harder degree than I do now. It's so difficult, and I think that like another problem that at least my culture has is that religion is too tied into it. I think religion, Islam specifically, is so hardcore tied into what being Pakistani is that when I left the religion when I was 13, it I it felt like I had like left the culture as well because I guess even brown people didn't even see me that was part of the culture when the moment they realized I wasn't Muslim. The reason the moment you're not Muslim, you're not even Pakistani. It's like you lost your fucking ethnicity card, bro. It's fucking insane. It's so difficult to upkeep. Um, that's why I put like a lot of respect, especially maybe I'm putting it as a thing, especially the South Asians because I've experienced it. But South Asian community is very hard to balance between because it almost inadvertently views Western beliefs as cringe. That's the best way I could put it. Is like progressiveness and Western ideologies are very much viewed as cringe in South Asian beliefs to a degree, and I think that's a big problem. But the thing is, simultaneously, like let's take that India respect button. That only comes out of the India disrespect button, right? That only exists because of the India disrespect button, and that's another thing. Is like South Asians are dog done. It's so rough. Oh my god, bro. I'm on a where bro. Me and the South Asian man in chat right now, we're in a losing game, bro. We're fighting for our lives daily. I respect you 1,000 times more after hearing you say this. Interesting. Why is that? Um, but yeah, no, it's a difficult game. It's insanely hard. It's always going to be. It ebbs and flows, right? It ebbs and flows. Sometimes I feel very confident in who I am culturally. Um, sometimes I feel like a little bit unsure as to where I sit on the spectrum of Western to South Asian, right? Because I don't want to be 1,000% South Asian when it comes to applying the culture to my own life, because some of it's wrong. Some of it is 100% wrong. Like the South Asian cultural aspect of toxic masculinity is some of the most rancid shit I've ever seen in my life, and I don't want to be a part of that. I agree. South Asians are super dogged on the past few years, and they kind of have become a communal lolcows in a sense of the world. Yeah, 100%. And it's fucking awful. It's a tough game right now, bro. Season with a hard topic to talk about and how commonly you're open to talk about it. Plus, I'm learning so much. Interesting. Nah, to be fair, I'd like to think I'm fairly open about all this. I think I just don't get an opportunity to talk about it a lot. I guess I'm glad I'm doing the stream now because of it. But yeah, um, yeah, I think that even South Asians will have a hard time even, I think, agreeing with what I'm saying from the ones that I'm like know from like back home. W stream, thank you. Go stream, I can't lie. It's a very interesting one. It's a very interesting one. I've not really done it in the form of like talking like I do off stream. I guess, right? It really doesn't even feel like I'm streaming right now. It kind of just feels like I'm in a Discord call. But yeah, it's a very. I think. Wait. Let me read the question back. Let me make sure I'm referring to the right thing. So how did you view living abroad when you were younger to now? In the past? Yeah, that's another thing. Is that like I think the UK is pretty rough, generally speaking, with the way they view foreign countries. Because I think there's two ways that it flows with the UK. Either they are disgusting, you don't go anywhere near them, or they are countries to be modernly colonized. When I say modernly colonized, I'm talking about things like Ibiza, like Mali. Mali's a Mali? I don't know the place. But like you get what I mean. Or Bali, like these places where it's almost designed for white British slash American people, and I think that it's fucking bizarre. And I think that the way UK as a whole views foreign countries is low key a little bit despicable and kind of a modernized, if you want my opinion, a bit of a modernized version of what colonialism used to be. Just a modernized way of doing it. There's a lot of hate towards South Asian people. Others, I used to live in a yeah. The amount of casual racism I've heard is insane. The like little comments made are insanely fucking gross. That is a normal thing to say. Yeah, 100%. It's a growing trend, but I don't know. It's kind of weird the way you gotta go about it, right? Because, for example, I reread it. Oh shit, my bad, man. I used to do Judaism in online groups and local realize how important Judaism is to me and how much I dislike those jokes. That's also why I take those jokes so heavily. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Do you think that the UK or the US is more racist? US by far, not even a question. I think the US has perpetuated a feeling of individualism to a toxic extreme. You are important as an individual. And it's so problematic. It's so problematic because you know what you're missing out on? Do you know what the opposite of individualism? It's community. Fucking US and Western society as a whole is missing out on so much community. It's insane. Do you wanna know an example of how much individualism is pushed? If you wanna hang out with your friends, chat, how do you do it without spending money? You struggle, right? It's not an easy thing to answer, right? You might have one or two examples, but you couldn't sit there and list me 10, right? It's like off the dome. It's difficult. It's a difficult thing to do, and that's because they stripped the idea of what it means to have community because they want you to be individualistic. They want you to be paying more money for these brands, for these fucking tokens of making you feel more important because you're important. You're the person. And the reason I think that this makes America more racist is because if you're white, you're important, right? And because guess what? Guess who's at the top funneling all this fucking like marketing schemes, products to buy? It's the fucking white man, dude. It's a losing game. If the white man is telling you that no, you're important, yes, yeah, you're gonna think that you're being white is important. So that's why you get the crazy, stupid lead paint fucking racists in America that are like so gun ho heavy that they're the important ones and they're also right. It's because they're pushed to individualism to such a strong extent that they believe that they are important because they're white. There's so many weird interpretations that Americans get that I cannot fathom how they fucking get there. And I think it's almost angering that it exists like that. I think America is like one of the most stupidest places in the world. But simultaneously, I think they're some of the biggest victims of society I've ever seen possible. They are complete victims of a top-heavy system. They're completely victims of what marketing can do to a brain. Complete victims of what controlled media, controlled propaganda, controlled marketing, controlled products, controlled processing can do to a human society. It's like the utmost dystopian shit I've ever seen, and it's entirely caused by the top-heavy system, curated by the fucking fat, heavy, white billionaire men. Yo, Charlie. What's goody? I'm speaking my mind. Sorry, I went out off a bit of a tangent there. But please tell me that resonated with someone. Surely that made sense to someone, because it is frustrating how fucking cooked America is. I agree, Dory. God bless. Okay, let me read the messages you guys said. My bad. I agree. Western world is way too individualized for, like, for example, how we people move out at 18. 100%. 18 is not a measurement for success to be moving out at 18. Could you give us some examples? Examples of what? Examples of what exactly? Like, I think you once said that Putin putting power in slurs and stuff just gives them more power, and I thought about it, and I realized, like, legit, I refuse that. Yep, is as a meaningless word. I've been called that a lot in my life, and it hurts. Like, I can't really go, hey, it's just a word. I just can't admit. Yeah, you can't. 100%. 100%. US. What about US? I talked about a lot about the US. What examples are you specifically looking for from the US? Oh, you talk about, like, controlled marketing and stuff like that, right? You talk about controlled marketing. Oh, Donald Trump's campaigns. Elon Musk's Twitter. What's it called? Any form of a right-leaning white politician on Twitter and what they say publicly. The fact that Fox News exists. We didn't vote in Elon. He just dropped in. But the point is that your system is built upon a way that can happen. I think that's the problem in the first place. Elon's not the problem. Well, actually, yeah, he is. Don't get me wrong, but he's a small slice of a bigger problem that's possible because of how much power companies have in America. The fact that lobbying is a possible thing, where if you didn't, for those who don't know, companies can curate laws or, like, essentially evade law by just paying money for it, is insane. Oh, bro, wasn't Elon literally in the campaign? What do you mean he just dropped in? Whatever. I think we're getting onto semantics if we focus on that point here. The fact that a person like Elon can exist is a problem. Exactly, right? It's 100% not the fact that Elon himself, it's the fact that the system has allowed this to happen. I think Elon Musk is an example of how bad it can get. And there's going to be plenty more to come if that system keeps perpetuating itself. Like, I hear the word, I remember the things my family went through, and I'm like, yeah, 100%, you gotta back your people, bro. 100%, you got. I think there's 100% an element of you that's gotta look at you what your ancestors are looking at right now. I know they're probably. If I'm atheist and I don't believe in the concept of actual ancestors looking down on me, but I like to think about it. I think it's a nice idea to think about what they have sacrificed for me to live a cushy life. Like, there's people who were enslaved in my family line. Way back in the day, there were people who were, like, evading the fucking British Army. Like, you gotta think about what were they fighting for, and what are you gonna do with the fighting that they've done, right? This reminds me of hearing kids and their parents call my mom Dutch lesbian slurs when she come out to pick up her girlfriend. How much they screwed my own coming out. Yeah. Nah, I see it. It's difficult, bro. It's difficult. Um, it's difficult aligning with yourself with. I've lost the point, but I promise you I get what you're on about. Sorry, I lost the point there. I was about to start waffling. I was like, okay, let's not do that. I lost the point, but I agree with you. I get where you're coming from. Kinda. Not a fan of everything Elon does, but I also hate that everyone hates everything he's involved in now because SpaceX is my main inspiration. I think I understand that you like SpaceX, but I don't think you can inadvertently like Elon Musk because of SpaceX, or even like the slice of what Elon Musk because of SpaceX. I mean, because Elon Musk isn't SpaceX. He bought it. I mean, he's not the guy who's designing shit. He's not the guy in fucking. He's not the reason that SpaceX is as great as it is. Even if he did help a little bit, he's definitely not the reason they've gone as far as like they have when it comes to, like, what's called engineering capacity. It's 100% the work of other people's backs, and that's kind of like what billionaires are. They buy and they take, and then they take credit. That's like the whole thing. You vote for Trump. I think there's an interesting amount of it's vape, yeah. It's also the thinking about me right now, more the fact that I know what happened to them, and I can't pretend like it didn't. So I'm not afraid. Yeah, 100%. You got to back the pain they went through. Do you know what I mean? 100%. Like even if you don't give a shit about like what you, because I guess the word "packy" is obviously a slur. I don't think I care about it being used towards me. If I'm being honest, it's an unfortunate word, and obviously it wouldn't be ideal if someone used it towards me. But I think what bothers me is people like Oz, people like Raj, people like my dad, people like my ancestors, who represent the culture in a very, very, what I'd like to argue, very beautiful ways. And I think that it's fucking rancid to think that they are being dissed so casually with such like a term that should not even be a term. It should just be an abbreviation for being Pakistani, right? But has turned into like the whole Paki bashing thing back in the fucking 90s and turned into a slur. Like it's fucking diabolical, and it's not about me in that scenario. It's about like who they're dissing, and I don't want them to fucking diss them. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's the only way that it really bothers me. The word Paki. He is the reason because without his money at the beginning, none of them would have gone anywhere. I guess so, but he's just too diabolical of a person to make that okay. You know what I mean, like I was gonna use a Hitler example, but I feel like that's too extreme of an example here. Nah, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I mean. Gosh, so it's such a big fucking problem. My parents use that word so casually when I was a kid. I didn't realize it was something shouldn't say until I was a teenager. Yeah, a lot of people in the UK did not realize um, Paki is a slur. Paki's like a hardcore slur. I would argue so. Like if Oz wants to give their opinion on this, actually, yeah, Oz, that's a good question. Where do you sit on the word Paki? Where do you sit on the word Paki? If Oz is still here, or any South Asian in chat, where do you guys sit on the word Paki? I gotta know. I'm very, very interested as the way you guys sit on it, because I think I have very, very, I guess, a lot more progressive takes typically than the average Paki that know. Oh, Santa. But yeah, yeah, slur use is a massive problem. Um, but I think what's a bigger problem than the actual slur use is definitely the internal idealization of it, right? It's what you think when you say you dirty packy or you n words or f word, whatever the fuck. I think it's about what's being internalized is more of a problem than the actual term itself. Arsler, I don't know though, because I sit a bit differently on that one. Because I don't know if I'm open to having a different opinion here. I listen is scary because a lot of people lose their power to hold their supposed person to account. Yes, I agree. I sit differently on the Arsler because I kind of view it as the word lame. But I never actually heard that word before you told me it was a word. Mental. But yeah, the R word's a bit interesting because I kind of view. Again very open to different opinions here. Very, very open to change my mind here. But I think the way I view it is like the word lame, because I guess the way I view it is that they are both old medical terms that no one uses anymore and no one is diagnosed with. Both used in negative contexts. And I get click when I do something autistic. What's something autistic though? But yeah, I don't know. I guess I sit differently on the word. I don't know. Could be a wrong opinion, but I guess that's why I said it. I think I'm very scared to outwardly project that opinion. Steaming on some shit. Well, it's meant to mean dumb, and it was a word for disabled people, so I can't vibe with it. I guess so, but lame was also used as a very strong, heavy term in like the 70s for in a very similar fashion as the R word. Don't get me wrong, I don't typically go on my way to say the R word, but I definitely do think it slips sometimes, and I don't think I mind it all too much. I don't think I go out of my way to say it though. Using it towards a person is bad, but when it's used as like describe a thing, it is I see it differently. I guess. I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a grey area right now, isn't it? Could we all agree on that? It's a bit of a grey area when it comes to public opinion. I definitely think it's a very, very strong grey area. It's hard to decide whether like where exactly I sit on it. Because sometimes I flip back and forth, but it is because my stance has changed on it over the few years. It's 100% used to often casually insult others. Yeah, it's definitely dragged. I could definitely agree with that. It's definitely a drag term, 100%. It's one of those things I don't think it adds anything to my life. Yeah. I think I can agree with that. I think a lot of people around me use it in their vocabulary, so I inadvertently use it. Nor do I like pick on anyone for using it. So I think it's just like there, right? Of the word, it's complicated. I try not to say the word. Yeah, it's complicated, isn't it? It's complicated. I think it slips out from time to time because I used to say it a lot. But yeah, no, it doesn't take a lot away from my life if I don't use the R word. Yeah, I mean, I think if my comedy or my expression is reliant on using the R word, I'm not expressing myself or I'm not very funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I think those are very very shit means to use it. So I don't think I mind not using it. But I think it slips out. But that's an accident, though. You know what I mean? It's not exactly like a thing that I'm trying to project out there. So if you ever do hear me say it, no, that I'm not like. I don't say it on the regular, I guess. It does slip out though, because a lot of people around me say it. Because I think everyone does it. They can kind of pick up on the language that your friends say and stuff like that. So yeah. Damn, we talked about a lot of topics this stream, you know. We talked about a lot. Like Flynn said, know your audience with grey areas, words like that. It's good to know who's following what rules. Exactly, 100%. You gotta know your audience. You have to know your audience. More the people who act like they're gonna die if they can't use it are the issue. Yeah, 100%. You could just do Lent, you know? No, I like doing Ramadan specifically because, again, like I said, Islam is massively tied into the culture of Pakistan. So, like, it kind of feels now that I'm trying to make a more effort after having gone through those terrible years of whitewashing myself that are insanely humiliating, I like doing it. It makes me feel more in touch with the culture. It makes me feel more in touch with what way fucking many generations of my bloodline has been doing. So it's interesting. Using it, but at this point, it's like calling myself it. Yeah. Full piss with you. It was when there was a dumbass on the Discord who called me with a full intent, and I went to using it happened in the server, and you said not to take it too hard, and you just warned them. Like, they really bugged me. I know you did eventually remove them, but it actually hurt me at the moment. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't speak on that because I don't actually remember it, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak on it. Don't remember it. Super sorry if that did happen though. It was not my intention to, obviously. Wouldn't do that now, obviously. But like, yeah, it wasn't my intention, bro. Yeah, I use a lot of your lingo, my bucko. Yeah, I feel like I've ran into this as well. A lot of people tend to use a lot of the lingo that I use, or a lot of mannerisms to say. When I get called things I don't like, I just try to keep my vibe up and not make it awkward with which is such pushy shit. Um, yeah, that is pussy shit. I'm not gonna keep a buck. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's pussy shit. I can hear. Wait, no. It's alarming how quick people are to just use the N word as an insult. I've had so many people use it to me as around once. Yeah. Nah, it's peak. It's peak. Um, I think it's. I think there's a problem with trying to tell people who use the N word they're not funny, because you sound like those people who like sound like they're just quote unquote offended, which obviously it's offensive, but I mean this like so hardcore. Okay, let's say the N word is now accepted for everyone to say magically, okay? It's still not funny. I don't think it's that funny of a word. It does not bring a lot of comedic value, I don't think. That's just my opinion. But it really don't. I think if even like it really doesn't. I know it sounds like I'm someone who's saying that based on a case of offensiveness, but it really is not that great like comedy effect wise. It's just a bit shit. And I think that people whose comedy derive on using like slurs or quote unquote offensive humor is so empty, it's insane. They will say that more just like piss them off. Yeah, that's AIDS. That's long. But that's, at that point, you just gotta like. I mean, I don't know. I have a great story about this, which I find very interesting. I just feel like that word is also normalized. People are shocked when I tell them it's a slur. Yeah, it really is. But this is a great story that I can tell you. I was out drinking with some friends and my brother. We were chilling. We are all brown, by the way. Very important to know. Huge problem. The N word is something I rarely say, and it's crazy how people question my reasons for it all the time. Like I should abuse it. Yeah, weird. That is weird. Um, but what's it called? Anyway, I was out with a group of South Asians and my brother, right? My older brother. And what we came across was two people who were doing coke, and they came up to us and said, "Yo, it's a bunch of packies," right? I was vexed. I was vexed from the get go. I was vexed from the get go, bro. So I take a walk. I take a walk, and I come back and I see that my brother is like laughing with them and joking with them and shit like that. And I find that so fucking interesting. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I started getting angry at him internally, right? And then after they leave, um, oh sorry, and then they start talking to someone else, and I talk to my brother. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And he told me that like, listen, they're never gonna respect us if we just fucking combat them saying you can't call us packies and shit like that. It's the worst thing that we gotta do. But the best way we can change their opinion on us is to just show them what we're actually like. And just before they left, my brother told them, "Oh, by the way, we actually really don't fucking like when we get called a packy." And do what? They were like, "Oh, they actually apologized. They actually apologized. They fully apologized." And do what? They learned something. They legitimately learned something. So I think there's two ways you can go about it. You can go guns blazing and like obviously like combat racism with a lot with a very iron fist, I guess. But simultaneously, you can be the person, the quote unquote bigger man. And but let's be real. If we're talking about like equality here and equity, that shouldn't happen. Ethnic people are the ones being shit on. They should not be the ones to fix it too. 100%. The things but it does good. Do you know what I mean? It does good as well, so it's hard not to see it like that. It's a very, very fucking difficult like debate, but do you get what I mean, chat? Do you get where I'm coming from? If I were him, I'd beat them up in it. Yeah, GG's. Nah, pussy moves. Yeah, but at least she doesn't say slurs. Baby steps. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But yeah, you get where I'm coming from? Like, I guess you can, like, 100%, like, shit on people for saying slurs. But simultaneously, you could also, like, kind of give them graceful teachings. And I think there's value in that. I don't think it's the best way to go about it. Actually, no. I I think it's the best way to go about it, but I don't think it's the right way to go about it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's a bit of a weird take, but yeah, I think it's the best way to go about it, but I don't think it's the right way to go about it. Because realistically, if we talk about what's fair and who holds the equity in that scenario, ethnic people should not be teaching white people how to act upon a normal baseline. But it works. Do you know what I mean? It does make the world a better place. But it would suck if that's the job of ethnic people too after getting dicked on. So it's a bit of a weird one. It's a bit of a strange one. I don't exactly know where I sit entirely with it. I think I flip flop between it if I'm being honest. I think I'm definitely. I definitely flip flop it. You say it's something if you just childish. I can say a lot about. Oh god, one sec. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, I guess childish anger is definitely not the way to go. But I guess you can also go from the route of like being rightfully angry, because like with having racism held towards you or anti-Semitism in your case, you have the right to be angry. Let's keep it a buck. You have the right to be angry. You deserve to feel angry. I don't know if I write about saying slurs. Even thinking about them makes me feel like a shit, and there's no point in saying them. Yeah, 100%. No one needs to say a slur. But yeah. I'm gonna say and have too much opinion on this stuff. Find out something is racist, I'll change the language and I use and try to educate others when I can. Yeah, I guess so. But the thing is, like, I don't know. White people can talk about ethnic people all they want, but you're still talking about like another group of people, like without them present there. So like they still don't have like an officiated opinion. They just have them being told what the right opinion is. And I think what's more important to me is not about how people outwardly go about their like political ideologies. It's more about how they internalize them, because I think that like I think it's very important. I think it's more important that you internally believe what you're saying rather than externally. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a weird one. Oh my god, I'm getting tired. Oh, okay. Okay. One sec, chill. Okay. I think it's about time we wrap it up. I think it's about time we wrap it up. Go on, I'll turn on my camera. I'll turn on my camera now. Then it's just performative. Yeah, exactly. I saw my younger cousins don't have to go through cooking calls as I was. And if they do, I at least hope that I'm there during the 100%, 100%. You gotta back your boys. You gotta back your boys, 100%. All right, chat. It's facecam time. I've been here all along. I know, insane. I'm super sorry I didn't do the. Wait, let me. Oh, is that gonna? Oh, I don't have my fucking. I don't have my soundboard up. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. I was here all along, chat. Okay, chat. I thought you were Minecraft, chat. I do appreciate you guys hang out though. That was some an interesting conversation we had. That was some interesting topics we talked about, man. That was a lot of interesting shit. I might start doing these streams a little bit more often. I think you guys got a very, very overtly strong insight to the way I think, which is weird. I also got a lot of I also got a big insight to some of you guys. You're not Jolly Roger. You 100% do more of these? I will. Maybe not too often, but yeah, I'll 100% do it. Because again, I gotta do that childlike shit, man. It's fun to be a bit more of a child on stream. I will check out the weekly slap, 100%. But boys, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. It really does mean the world to me. Really cool that this many of you were interested into the way I was talking. Very, very interesting. But listen, boys, take care of yourselves. I'm gonna do some Minecraft tomorrow. I've got an event going on tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if there's enough people and everything goes smooth. Hopefully. But listen, I appreciate everyone hanging out. Take care of yourselves. And I'll be here tomorrow. Bye-bye! W stream!